Hey guys, how are you going today? It is Zach here. I hope you guys are all having a good day and welcome to my channel. So for those of you who haven't been to my channel before, welcome to my channel. What we do here is we talk everything about investing, pretty much, whether it be stocks, portfolios, bonds, real estate, everything to do with investing. And really my goal of this channel is to make as many people as possible to be able to have a portfolio which they can live off, whether that's real estate or stocks. So what we're going to talk about today is what's happening in the market as a result of the Victoria border closing. So what's happened in Australia recently, about 2.5 days ago, I believe, say it was on Monday, halfway through the day. What happened was the border between New South Wales and Victoria was told to shut, and then it actually happened at midnight, like a few hours ago. So what's happened is we are going to have a look at what's happening to the market, what might happen in the future, and how you can protect yourself from this and what you can do with your money. So recently a second wave has come around of the virus in Australia, and it's mainly been concentrated in the state of Victoria and around the Melbourne suburb, so in around the Melbourne city. So what's happened is that because of this, they have decided to close the border between the two biggest states in Australia, which consists of roughly about 15 million people between New South Wales and Victoria. These two states are the ones which contribute towards our economy pretty much the most, especially in terms of banking, because if you want to have a look, a lot of the major banks, like Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, either have their main headquarters in Sydney or Melbourne. This is actually the first time this border has closed since the Federation of Australia, so it's actually a really massive thing that's happening. And I really just want to get into how this might affect our stocks and what we might see happening in the future. But first off, let's see what's happened in the last day or so. So in the first day that it actually was announced and it happened, within a few hours, the market dropped by roughly 1%. And then the day after, which was yesterday, the market dropped by another 0.5%, and then today so far the market, it happened at midnight last night, so roughly, less than 24 hours ago, the market has now dropped roughly 2.5%. So over the last, 3 days, the market has dropped 4%. So this is actually, quite bad, but it's also what we actually have predicted to know what's happened. Because if you look at any company which has released bad news ever before, what happens is the market tends to overcorrect at first. So what happens is a lot of people get scared and then whatnot. And what happens is the market goes down quite a lot, but then within a week or so, what happens is it will resurrect and go back to kind of a steady state in between the 2 points. So that's what kind of I'm expecting at the moment. So seeing as this 4% drop, I'm going to expect another few percent in the next few days, and then I would expect any banking sectors or any energy sectors aren't going to go up a hell of a lot from right now. So just because they're kind of controlled, and there's not going to be you're not going to be able to do a hell of a lot of stuff. If in Melbourne, a lot of that's our main financial district, as well as Sydney. You can expect there's not going to be a lot of work in the financial sector going on. So your stocks such as Westpac, Commonwealth Bank, ANZ, those blue chip stocks in Australia that we have here, you're not going to expect to see any massive returns over the next few days or even months, or however long that Victoria border is actually closed between Victoria and New South Wales. So I'm not expecting the economy to go back to where it was in March. What happened, I would expect that kind of massive drop to happen if the whole entire country goes into a lockdown again. However, at the moment, seeing as the virus is just concentrated to Melbourne mainly and the surrounding areas, I'm not expecting a big massive drop, overall like it was in March. Mainly it's going to be concentrated in the banking sectors. So eventually what's going to happen is the market is again going to come back, like I said, and it's going to be, it's going to keep growing. However, it's not going to grow at a constant rate, and it's not going to grow at a fast rate now, because our two biggest states, there's no longer a border between the two of them. So that means no exports, no imports, none of that stuff. Especially in Melbourne, you actually, in some, I think there's about 15 postcodes right now, you actually can't leave your house, and I think they're going to eventually going to make it so the whole state actually can't leave the house except for the 4 things, which is food, exercise for 1 hour, essential job, and then I think there's something else as well, which I can't remember. But you guys, I think that's going to be all for today. So, just if you guys are watching this, don't overreact with your investments. You're going to see a bit of a drop. Like I myself, I've seen a 4% drop in my investments over the last 2 days. But that's to be expected right now. Don't just sell in a crazy fit because you think everything's going to go back to where it was in March. I don't really think anything's going to go back to where it was in March unless we have a massive second wave that goes around the whole of Australia and especially hits Queensland and New South Wales. Once those 2 states actually close, you're going to see a hell of a lot of closures for the whole entire market, and you're going to see a hell of a lot of a drop. But you guys, that's going to be all for today. I hope you guys are having a good day, and you guys have the rest of the week, and your stocks or market or any portfolio isn't affected by that much by this sudden closure of the Victorian border. But you guys have a good day. I'll see you next time.